Hello, happy Saturday. As promised, we're going to do a video on Steve running the sawmill. He is sawing lumber that was taken down here on the farm. He saws it up and uses it for different things. He's made me a farmhouse kitchen table and the 2 benches to go with it, and also another bench and a coat rack that I have in the house. And he works on some little projects, some small things when he gets time, and he just repairs a lot of stuff with this lumber. So it's a really beneficial thing here on the farm that he's able to saw his own lumber to do repairs to barns or whatever he needs. So we'll let you watch a little bit of this. Okay, here's the actual sawmill. Over there, it's a Hudson sawmill. Well, we ordered this. He found them online, I guess, and I ordered it for him for his birthday 3 or 4 years ago. So it was a little expensive, but when you figure the cost of lumber, and I think lumber's really gone up this past year. So when you figure that in, and you know that we're not paying anything for any of the lumber, then it's really not that expensive after all. So what are the yellow things doing? Are they holding the log in place? A log dog? A log dog. Okay. And that's what they do? They hold the log in place? That's what they do. They hold the log in place. You learn something new every day, don't you? It's okay, we got all day. Actually, it's pretty chilly out here today. I think it's around 40 or somewhere in that range, but it's spitting just a tiny bit of rain, and it's pretty cool. My coat might not be quite heavy enough. My battery was down low, so I got to stay where I can plug in here to keep my battery up, and I'm kind of sitting out in the weather a little bit, so it's chilly. I am on the side-by-side, so I don't have to sit straight out in the weather. So he's getting everything adjusted.
I got some homemade dogs on this side. I changed them. The other one's off.
Okay, that log he's got on there now is a cedar, looks to me like. There's nothing any prettier than fresh sawed cedar lumber. It's just really pretty. It's pretty lumber. When I was a kid, well, I guess it's still at my dad's house, my mom had a cedar bedroom suit. The whole thing was made of cedar. And I guess there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of it over there at my dad's. My mom's not here any longer, but it's still in the spare room at my dad's house. You don't see a whole lot of stuff built out of cedar anymore. Okay, it's fixing to get noisy. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that color. He just about sawdusted me. Just about. Sawdust. You hear the good thing about this sawmill? Look at that. Made in the USA.
Homemade.
Homemade tools. That's all right. Whatever works. I keep telling him he needs to go in the furniture making business, but he keeps saying he's not that good at it. I think he does a pretty good job. I know I've had enough compliments on my kitchen table, and he's had requests for orders for kitchen tables. Maybe someday. If you need help, just holler. I can prop the phone maybe. Or the camera.
Don't get no big hurry.
So do you consider this an essential job, or is this a hobby? A hobby. Well, it's good when a hobby can be something that's essential, can it? Huh? Yep. Or I guess rather you can enjoy something as a hobby that is a necessary need. Okay, let me get moved again so you don't sawdust me again. They are. Yeah, it's got some bad spots inside it. Well, you never know till you get down into it. So what's your next big project
What?
that you're going to do with some lumber?
Cut them raised beds out.
Cutting lumber for raised garden beds. What else?
Not these, but maybe that one.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I don't know.
What's on your project list?
You got so many, who knows?
Well, you got to put somebody at the top of the list. What do you think, Blue? Huh? What do you think about it? He's being shy because he knows I'm mad at him today. He's trying to tear my wreath down off the porch rail. Weren't you? Look at him. He knows he's in trouble. He knows. He's going over there where he thinks he's not in trouble. Look at that. You know you're in trouble, don't you? Yeah, he knows. He knows when he's misbehaving.
Come back over Biker Barn.
Okay, we're setting in our tobacco barn. It's no longer a tobacco barn. Can you imagine this thing plumb full of tobacco? We've had it as full as it would go many, many times. We quit raising tobacco, what, 5 or 6 years ago. Because there just wasn't enough money in it and not enough help. So,
All in posted paying huge is one of them. Ties, everything.
that's a lot of work up in that barn. Let's look close at this post here. All the posts and all the ties, cross ties and everything are all hand-hewn lumber. I don't know when this barn was built, but you can see these marks. He thinks in the 1800s, that's when the house was built, the front part of the house. See these marks? This shows that it was done by hand. And they go all the way up. Look at the wooden pins in it. No nails. Well, there is some here, but they were probably put in later. See how they're pinned in place? The cross beams here, support beams. And when we would do tobacco, somebody would have to go clear up to that very tip top. Because you would hang it clear up to the top rail up there. That very, very tip top rail. And somebody would have to get up there to hang it, and then somebody would have to get back up there to drop it down. And there would somebody stand on each rail, starting with, I don't know if you can see on here or not, but starting with that second rail, because they stood on the one below and hung on the one above them. And then the next rail down would be somebody else, and they would hand up to the person above them, and it would come all the way down, a chain of people all the way down to the wagon where the tobacco was sitting on the wagon bed. Somebody on the wagon would pick it up and push it up, hand it up through the rails into the barn, and they would keep pushing up and, sending it up until they got to the top. And then the next stick of tobacco would go to the next man and the next, and then there was usually, 3 or 4 up in the barn? Probably maximum of 4. And then 1 on the ground. Or 1 to 2 on the wagon. It was a lot of work. It was every bit done by hand. A lot of work. We've done a whole lot of it. But now this is just pretty much storage for equipment, and the corn crib's in here. And the sawmill. So, but this is what a tobacco barn looks like if you've never seen one. It's almost a thing of the past now. So I guess that's going to end our video with the sawmill today. He's going to work on this next log. He says a little bit better shape than this first one. This one here wasn't in real good shape, this one. But he's going to work on this next one and get it cut out. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the sawmill and a little bit about tobacco barns. We'll catch you later. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll get my finger out in front of the lens. It'll help a lot. But come back and see us. God bless.